Hello Cookie, how are you this morning? Hi everyone from New South Wales, Australia on this sunny winter's morning. It's a little bit of a chill in the air, but it's a beautiful day coming up. Just thought I'd do a quick video on some of my sort of oddball plants and succulents, cacti and succulents. This one here, I bought this adenium, desert rose, mainly for the trunk, the cortex trunk. It's a good size fat trunk on that one, so it's a pretty cool plant, so I like that. But we're not sure what colour it's going to be. It's a generic label, so it had a couple of different colours on the label of pinks and sort of red colours, so that'll be a surprise. When the weather warms up, it should flower. So we're still in winter, so it's pretty chilly. This one here is a San Pedro. That was probably around about 3 inches tip cutting. So last season it put on a bit of growth. There's still some growth happening, but a bit slow of course, but it's going alright. And then over here, this one here is a pretty cool plant. It's a Pachypodium lameri, or a Madagascar palm. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's not actually a true palm. It's a succulent from Madagascar. They get quite tall, several metres I believe, over 2 metres. So I'm going to put that in the currently renting at this place, about 2 months off moving into our new townhouse. So that's going to go in the ground, and one day that'll be a pretty cool tree with a nasty looking trunk. So that's one of my favourite plants. Another sort of a strange bit of an oddball plant. This is your cowboy cactus, Euphorbia ingens. I've had that one. I bought it last spring, so it's had a bit of spring and summer growth on it. It started to get some little pups on the side, or side branches I should say. There's a couple there. So that'll be a nice plant. I'll put that in a bigger pot. That'll stay in a pot. And yeah, that's one of my favourite sort of euphorbias. Over here I've got a little agave potatum, I think it's called, that one. One of the dwarf species. I've got some pups off that in my cactus house in one of my other videos. I'll keep that in a greenhouse at my mother's place. I've got more room. So I've probably got about 6 little babies off of that. So that's been a bonus, that plant. It's well and truly paid for itself. Over here I've got, someone gave me, that's an Opuntia. Yeah, so I'm going to strike that. That should get roots quite easily. I'll let the end callus over and shoved it in there. Another one of the, sorry about the shadows with the sun. Another cortex plant, Focia edulis. So hopefully, you know, in the next 5 to 10 years I can get that to get a really gnarly looking trunk, and I'll put that in a slightly bigger pot, but a nicer pot that's just in plastic that I bought it in for now. It's another agave. I'll think of the name of that one. It's off the top of my head. Oh, Titanota, that one. So I've got a few I'm collecting, smaller ones. Some of them are in the other cactus house, but I've got a Folifera and a Shadigera white stripe, a Queen Victoria aloe, just some of the smaller ones that don't get too big. Now this one here, it's a pretty cool cactus. Ferrocactus glaucescens, or a blue barrel cactus, but this is an enormous variety which has no spines. So that was on my wish list for some time, which I've got now, and I think it's even actually, with a bit of this sun in winter, it's actually getting a bit of growth. Even the puppy's worked out a spot on the carpet in the morning. He loves it. Another little tiny yellow I just thought I'd add to my collection. That's a pretty cool plant. There's some more agave. I'm growing them from seed. That's the, I'm trying to think of the name off the top of my head. Someone might be able to help me out. It's a, they call it the, Parii, sorry, Mezcal agave. It's gone a little bit of a reddish colour from the sun. But yeah, I think it's best spot to have them this time of year. I want them to try and keep ticking over till the soil temperature comes up. And another one that I had on my wish list that I got a little while back. It's another cool cactus. It's a paper spine tephro cactus, which is in the Opuntia family, so it'll be nice to see that get some growth on it in summer. And all these ones here, they're just some seeds I've grown. They're a bit slow ticking over. Some golden barrels, they've taken on a bit of a reddish tinge as well, but they're okay. Echinopsis Chicandanzi, just mainly a flowering variety. They should be nice. I'm not sure what colour they'll end up being. I think just a white flower. These ones here, little tiny little Fralia castanet or asteroides. Sorry about it, I'm just trying to focus in this sun and shadow. This one here, if I can remember, I can't remember the name. That just says Fralia species, that one. So who knows? That's a Thai cultivar of a Gymnocalycium mehanovichii. So yeah, they just, once I get them back in the greenhouse, they'll get a bit more green colour about them. But it actually looks like it's getting a small little flower bud on there. There we go. Another new one I got that I didn't have in my collection of Euphorbia, Suzanne, or Susanne, whatever they call it. Sulcurabussia rauschii, green form. So I bought this one, it's a grafted one off the Cactus guys on eBay auction. I had one of those that was on its own roots and it rotted. I lost that pretty quickly, so probably less chance of me killing it, even though I'm keeping the water down to a minimum. Mammillaria penispinosa, variety Narcissensis. So that's only a little tiny one, size of a Australian 10-cent piece, or I suppose they call it a dime in the US. It's not real big. A couple of Parodias. Parodia atonus, Parodia gibulosa. So these will be nice when they get a bit of size. You can see they're not real big at the moment. I've got some other Parodia that are tennis ball size in my greenhouse, going well. Now this one, I've got an Ibiza. I thought I'd buy this one to match up with it. That's a Euphorbia melliformis validus. So they get the cool little side sort of flowering sort of sticks, I suppose, on the side. Slightly different to the Ibiza, but love the stripes and the form of that one. Now these three here, I got those from seed, grew them from seed. They're an Australian baobab tree. So Queensland baobab they call it, from the tropical north of Queensland in Australia. They're the only other place I think other than Africa and Madagascar and Africa where the baobabs come from. That's the Australian variety. So if you Google that, it's a really cool looking tree. There's one in the outback in Australia where years ago I found out on the internet they used to actually put prisoners inside its trunk temporarily as like a prison back in the day, a long time ago. So the tree's still there. It's a tourist attraction if you guys want to care to video it. So the Australian baobab tree. I can't think off the top of my head of the Latin name or the scientific name, but they should be pretty cool. So I plan on putting one of them in the ground in my garden. A great looking tree. Now this one, that's a little cutting I took of a crassula, some sort of a temple type one, but it's It was a tiny, just a couple of leaves. I've just been nursing that, and it's slowly growing. It's getting some little babies down the base, so that should form a nice plant. And I'll just quickly show you some of the other ones over here. I've shown some of these on a previous video, but they're still alive, just a little slow on growing because of the winter, but just sort of moving them into the sun during the day and bringing them in under the pergola at night, keeping them out of any rain. That's a baby dragon fruit I've grown from seed. I've got some more over here. One of them's sort of getting a little bit of size. It's not quite 2 inches now at the back. Some Haworthias I got some time ago. It's pretty cool, the truncata one. These had gone a real burgundy, like a reddish brown colour when I had them on the windowsill where the other plants were, so I've moved them out of the sun and they're starting to go green again. They're just getting good daylight where they are. I don't think they like hot sun, these ones. Even though it's winter, the sun just in Australia does get a little bit of heat in it during the day. It's another new little one I bought at the market, local markets. It's taken, as I said, I had that in the sun, and we can see what we're talking about getting the purplish colour. That was green 2 weeks ago when I bought it. So I might put that one just in daylight for a while. Yeah, that's your, I can't think of the name of that one now. Anyway, it's early in the morning. I've only just had my coffee. These ones, Cactus, that I did a video on a little while back. I think they've actually got a little bit of growth on them, but I'm looking forward to spring, summer to really see these things grow, because they're grafted, so they should get a bit of size a bit quicker. Coming out of the sun, try and get a better picture of this one. These little lophos. This one's, yeah, these guys are definitely growing. If I look at them from memory from my video when I first got them, this one's got a little bit more growth on it. Another variety of Cactus. Astrophytum, that's a nice cool colour one. Lots of good markings on it. There's a bigger lopho, a grafted one. Labivia trickiana. So that's a different variegated one. Just wanted to start getting some variegated plants to see how they go. And another one from my euphorbia collection, little baby snowflake. Got some nice colour on the trunk on the side of the plant. Yeah, and just some different little succulents I've grown from cuttings. Rhodia occulta. It's a grafted one. Nice spination on that one. And then this one, Eriocyce or Oroysice, whatever, not sure how to pronounce that one, but that's how it's spelled anyway. It's got a little baby on the side, a little pup on the side. Another grafted one, so got a few grafted ones, a bit easier to look after that way. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video. If you could like and subscribe. These are just some of the other plants around the garden that I've brought with us. So that one, unfortunately the flowers are finishing, but Zygo Cactus, that was beautiful a week ago. For the last month it's been in flower. Winter flowering cactus in Australia. Just some of my other, got quite a few indoor plants. That little one there, bird's nest fern, that grows in Australia as a native plant. I had one, it was several metres across, which I left at the house when I sold it. Gave it to the lady, she loved plants, so that was too big to bring, so I left it there. But these ones came up in the gutter, in the rain gutter of the barbecue area, just from spores from those big bird's nest ferns I had. There was leaf litter in the gutter up there, and these were growing, so I took them out. So they're a pretty tough plant really for a fern to come up like that themselves. So, although off the subject of cactus and succulents, I thought that was interesting. And this one over here, I'll just quickly show. It's looking a bit sad. I forgot to water it, and it doesn't like the cold because it's a tropical plant. But it's one of your carnivorous pitcher plants. It will get big pitchers on it again. I bought that when it was tiny, but every season it comes back, gets some pitchers that are probably 6 inches long on it. That's a little dead, dried out pitcher you can see there. But yeah, they get quite large now. It's a good sized plant. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, your night, whatever it may be. And I'll keep you posted on the growth of some of these guys next season. Thank you.